What's happening, guys? Welcome back to episode 30 of the walkthrough. Picking up from where we left off at the Great Belfry. So your bonfire is going to be right there. I decided to pick this up for your boss arena. With last episode, we were fully wrapped up with Archdragon Peak, aside from the main boss. And as far as the walkthrough goes, we have two boss fights, a couple loose ends, and we are there. So when it comes to the Nameless King, widely considered to be the hardest fight in the game. So buckle up, right? But you're going to pull this lever, you're going to see all this smoke, and then you'll have your fog. Now, before we get started, I did go in to go over a few notes and tactics to maybe switch things up a bit for this fight, as it is, like I said, widely considered to be the hardest fight in the game. So with that being said, this is going to be a two-phase boss fight. Phase one's kind of a gimmick. He's going to be flying around on a dragon. The biggest problem here is your positioning and then being blind for half of his moveset. What I mean by this is sometimes the dragon will jump up to the air. You can't see him. Then I know where you got to do with fire hitting you, or the Nameless King swiping at you with his halberd. It can be a pain in the ass. There are moves where he'll fly around the air and throw a lightning bolt. Just know it's very delayed. And if he's on the dragon on the ground, lifts his halberd full up, he's going to buff it with lightning and do a big overhead slam down, which is almost a one shot. This is very delayed. Now, if he does this move in phase two, just know it comes out quick. So that is one slight difference. But all we're really doing is trying to position ourselves behind the dragon's head, charge heavy, and then do this twice. We'll get a critical attack phase one's over. So positioning is your biggest friend and your biggest enemy in this fight. And obviously, being blind for all these bigger moves can be a pain in the ass because of camera angles and, once again, position. So with that being said, the real fight is going to start in phase two. The Nameless King will be on foot, no more dragon, just him and his lightning halberd. He has moves where he'll leap across the arena with a thrust attack. He can make it rain lightning all around you. He has that overhead one-shot ability. Combos, usually a three swipe that come out very quickly. And that's really it, but he's just doing a lot of it. It's hard, almost impossible to get heal off. He's very persistent. He just stays on you. So these are the biggest things, right? Now, like I said, I went ahead and entered to try to check some things in my notes, and I was really just going to have us break this guy down with light attacks, but I think it's going to be much better to actually just try to position ourselves behind his head. I did, like I said, tested some things out. That seemed to work much better. Now, he's going to fly up again, or the Nameless King will attack. It's not guaranteed what's going to happen. So we did get one heavy there. That's nice. So there's this one shot. Now, if you could get close enough, which I think we missed our window. Yep, we did. If you get close enough when he does that one shot, then we are right where we want. Now, this is a fire. I can never escape this. The only way to escape it is to run very, very far away. You got to see it early enough, and that's just not really going to happen a lot of times. All right, this is what we want. So when he does his fire breath, look at his head right there. We should have gave us our stagger of two charged heavies. It's not, it's not guaranteed. So the biggest thing here, guys, is anytime you can't see them, they're about to hit you with something. Like right now, I can't see him, so. That's okay. It can be really shitty sometimes, man. So, that I read, still didn't read it in time, but that's okay. We're doing alright. How did we miss that? That's the other thing too. Sometimes you're gonna miss some hits. You're like, how the fuck did I miss that? We're right at his head. There we go. It's not a good run. It's not typically how it should go. You should do two charge heavy stagger every time. But sometimes that happens. Just keep working them down. For big thrusts, you're not going too crazy with charge heavies there. You might be able to get one here and there. But there's not many windows where it's just going to let you completely charge up a heavy attack. You're most likely to get smacked for trying. Even light attack. You see how tight that window is? And the other thing too is, man, this guy's really, really good on locking you down. If he hits you with one attack, you're probably going to hit with the next. It's almost like a stun lock. Now that was a decent window, but we missed. Oh. I thought we dodged the stun. I'll tell you, it's tough. This is the real fight, though. You see that? He hit me once, full save, and a stun lock. This shouldn't happen, but it does. And that's what contributes to making this fight hard, in my opinion. It's not so much the fight's hard, it's the mechanics of the fight don't work like they should. I mean, going off every other boss fight, you get stun locked when you're out of stamina, when your guard gets broken holding up a shield. You do not get stun locked with one light attack. It's never been a thing. But this fight, mechanically, has its issues, in my opinion. Not, I'm not complaining because it's hard. We never do. I don't bitch about hard boss fights. In fact, I like the learning experience from it. But when you get top mechanics and then they don't work, that's fucking irritating to me. Like, bad. Although it is a fun fight, it's very animated. It's got a lot of cool shit to it. I just wish things worked the way they should. Like, R2 charge heavy's not staggering him like I know they do. Remember, can't see him, he's probably about to hit you with something. Might be the dragon, fire breath, might be a halberd. Something is coming your way. There's one. That's probably fire, probably stuck. I'm doing the wrong thing here. You do not want to get close to the door. It's actually a bad choice for me. Yep, couldn't see him so we got hit, right? There you go, bud. There you go. There you go. You charge heavy, stagger, critical. He's done. That's the joke phase 1 should be for. He does have wave abilities. These are rare. You can usually do them at the start of the fight. Thank you. Sometimes the heal is better than the hit. Remember that. Thank you. Watch those dodges. That's the biggest thing in this fight. Just dodging, man. Just dodging. You know what I'm saying? You got openings for charge heavies. They're just not as open as they used to with other fights. Shield, because we have the window too. Big hit. Damn. See how much faster it comes out of phase 2? That's what I was trying to do. I get ready for the lightning. I'll use it as panic dodge. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's better than standing there like a dummy, right? Oh, just short. Run away. Or not. Dodge. 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 Quick. And you can stagger them sometimes too. Come on, we're so close, guys. So close. Bye. And there you have it. So, a few tries, we got him. Fairly hard fight. But like I said, I don't think phase 1's hard. I think you're blind to a lot of it. I think the positioning's a real problem. My gripes were about phase 1. Phase 2's a hard phase, so I didn't have no bitching about that. It's just, I don't like when mechanics don't work properly. But, I mean, phase 2's the harder version, right? That's just dodging, reading those attacks. He mixes it up a little bit, mixes it up enough. But, he is still very telegraphed. I think what the main thing is with the guy his size, you're not expecting his hits to come that fast. I think it's one of those fights when you watch someone else do it, you're like, oh, that doesn't really look that hard, you know? And then you get in there, you're like, what the fuck is this? This is not how it looked. But just hang in there, guys. You'll get it. And it's like, what, second try, third try? So, either way, with taking him out, you're going to get his soul, which is a really good one. It's the first boss soul in the game that's worth 3 items, right? Dragon Slayer armor, really dope looking, also very heavy. Probably better for New Game Plus, which by the time you get it, you're about at New Game Plus anyways. Just because you have to bring Vitality up so much. I guess we can just jump out from here. There's nothing else, you know, at this location. So with that, we're only 10 minutes in, so we should be good to wrap up. Now, before we get any levels, what you're going to want to do is go on over here, go over his boss soul. So if you're doing like a quality faith build, well, he's got 3 things. So for one, lightning storm, call forth furious bolt of lightning. If you're doing a paladin build, you already have like the ultra lightning greatsword or something you like. 45 faith 45 faith requirement. Pretty cool. We'll go with that. You have storm blade. Storm curved sword. So physical weapon art does something called tornado. Very much for a quality build, which could work for us if you know it's something you like. I do think it's pretty cool for just a nice great sword. And then you have Dragon Slayer Sword Spear. I like this a lot. I'm not big into spears. I gotta be honest. I'm not big into spears. So this is different because the moveset has more swipes and thrusts, and that's why I like it. So DD, Strength, Dex, D, Faith. 18 Faith requirement, 16 Strength, 22 Dex. So, you know, Dex, Faith, or New Game Plus, if you've already brung up a quality build, going through and just leveling up Faith, I think it'd be awesome for that. Now that we have that, remember you just got 2 more runs of the game to get the other items there. I wouldn't pop that boss soul, then it's going to take you 4 playthroughs. Look at that. So we're still quite a while off. We'll be about what I said. I did tell you guys, you know, our quality build is probably going to be 40 strength and 30 dex. Still very much a quality build for Dark Souls 3. 40-40 would be better. It's hard to get to it unless you're like going through and farming. And we only went 30 health, so it's just hard to get to it. Now we're still not having enough. It's worth a shot. And we did already turn in our ash. So at this point in the game, you are ready for your ending. Now, there's a few things to note about other trophies and farming up for covenants to get those spells and rings you're missing. However, none of this happens until after the boss. So the first thing you're going to do now you're ready for the end of the game is you need to go to every single throne. You need to go in front of them, offer cinders of the Lord. And we're going to roll off. Just love that this, he's not shying away from his duties. He's here. He's in position. Yeah, so that's 1, 2. We'll go to the big throne. That mark 3. Probably the last one you should do if you have OCD, because that's like the big boss. 3, 4, and 5. Now remember, when I'm saying 5, it's not that we have 5 ashes. Love that this here, so he counts, but there's only 4 ashes. And with that, she should just automatically walk to the center as she is doing now. So just go through her dialogue, last time level up. And then what she will do is interact with your bonfire, kneel. And this is going to transport you to Kiln of the First Flame. So to talk about the upcoming boss, Lord of Cinder, this is a 2-phase boss fight, 2 health bars, 1 for each phase. He's actually using this weapon right here. Now, he could use that. He could transform it into like a fire katana. He's got a lot of slashes which extend with flames coming off. So, you know, that sword looks like, what, 3 foot long? It'll turn to like 12 foot long, or probably like 9 foot with a lot of his swipes. So you just dodge, dodge, dodge. I mean, I told you guys, once you get to a certain point, all the end game bosses is you're just dodging and then 1 hit here, dodging, 1 hit there. And that's, you know, how you're going to typically play the end game fights, right? And there's no difference here. You're just really going to watch that dodge timing. He does a lot of pyromancy spells too. You just want to watch out for that. So there are certain things you might want to run from. So in between phases, when the phase changes, he does this like big eruption AoE burst into the ground. So run back. I don't care how weak he looks. Run back. He's very much not weak. Right down here, Dreg Heap is one of your DLCs, so don't worry about it. then right here is your bonfire for the area. So this is the end of the game. This is your last boss, guys. So like I said, moving forward, just know that his sword can extend through his combos. Big burst, we just want to run away from that. If he goes to the pyromancy spells, just run to the side and just keep progressing to the side, and you should be okay. Now going up into the fight, right over here will be a summon. Since it's the walkthrough, we will bring the summon with us. This is because of our ending that we chose. Yuria is going to come help us fight him. Now, we're going to kind of show you guys live, but I don't think it's the hardest fight in the game. So, if you've done the others, you'll probably be good here. I think he's very steady and persistent, but at the end of the day, you're just looking for windows, right? Just looking for windows. That wasn't the best one. But typically, if you're just not doing charge heavy, but, just like regular heavy attacks, you should be able to, get some hits off without being that bad. So there's the fire katana. You can stagger him down a lot too. Now we're using a fire weapon. He does fire, so he's gonna be resistant. But go in here with lightning. He's much weaker to lightning. I'm not gonna say he's like, oh, so weak to it. You hit him and half the stealth part comes off, but he's got more weakness to lightning than fire because he's a fire-based enemy, so he's got resistance. The C mainly just does super good distracting him, so you can come on here and beat him a bit. There's spacebar. So we're backing up. More. Right, now this is where he's got crazy combos where the sword will. He knows it's a great one. That's a bad combo he has. If he hits you with that at all, you're just gonna fly through the air and just smacking off his weapon. It's pretty cool to watch, but don't do it, Don't get hit by it. Boom. Oh, come on. Look at that. Big burst of damage with that burn effect. He does have a grab attack, but as you can see, it's pretty easy to get away from. Just try to keep your distance. Oh, we were messing him up. Oh, we got caught by the combo. I told you, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. It's not quite a one-shot, but it's pretty close. You would think it would just shred him apart, but it's not that bad. Don't kill me. Come on, Yuria. Tie this asshole down. Oh, she killed him. We were supposed to kill him. First try, guys. Like I said, I don't consider it to be that hard. Nameless King's much harder. Lothar Twin Princess, for me, is the hardest fight in the game. Even though we got it first try in the walkthrough, it's not easy, I just done it so much. So with him taken down, right over here. So if you turn, so go over the endings again, because this is where you get them. Now you can get 2 of the 3 trophy endings right now. Actually, you can get all trophy endings. Back up your save right. Can you? Yeah, you can back up your save right now. How this works is if you didn't do the steps for, you don't have the Dark Sigil, right? You didn't do these steps for Yuria's quest and Henri's quest and getting set up for the Lord of Hollows ending, you won't have the Dark Sigil. You won't have any of this. So you just run up, link the flame, you get the original ending, trophy accomplished. For us, we had many steps for the Lord of Hollow endings. We did Yoel's quest, which led to Yuria's quest, which we did. Gave Orbic's ashes to Yuria, which I don't believe you have to do, but I wouldn't take the chance. We married Henri, so we know the steps for Lord of Hollows. That's wiped out. Then you had to go to the Untended Graves and get the eyeballs turned in. Then you would summon the Firekeeper to get that trophy ending. Then if you wanted the hidden ending, the 4th, the only difference is you would summon her and then kill her before you got that ending. So if you guys want to back up your save to get multiple endings, feel free to do so. We've done all this work to get you guys the most hidden ending in the game and the hardest trophy ending, which is your Lord of Hollows. So that's what we're going with. And they'll still say the same thing, Link the First Flame, but it is a different ending as long as you have your 8 Dark Sigils. This is obviously gonna be a really dark, twisted fucking ending. Yeah, that's why you had to work hard for it. It's Dark Souls. You got to get the dark ending, right? And we could have chose any ending to get you guys for doing the walkthrough, but when I do these series that have multiple trophy endings, we always cover how to get all of them. But for the guide, I will always choose the hardest one to get. That way, you guys on subsequent playthroughs know exactly what to do. It makes life easier. So it's like, because my channel's only been around for a little while, not long at all. We haven't even done a walkthrough for Elden Ring yet, so that's going to be coming up. And that one, what's cool is we could actually back up our saves, which we will do to get the Platinum one run. But this game with the farming, rings only appeared in New Game Plus 1, New Game Plus 2. The Covenant farming for spells, like it just takes 3 playthroughs. So there's no reason to really back up your saves when you have to do multiple anyways. Now with that, you're going to get the credits to roll. We do not want to begin Journey 2. This is important because you have your Covenants to farm. You can do it in one of your other playthroughs. But besides that, there's other stuff too. Remember this guy from the start?
Oh, good.
Exhaust his dialogue at the Farron Ring.
If you can.
There it goes. Heavy
I
Jim.
don't need it.
It's because we didn't get his dialogue from the beginning, so we have to go through everything.
You said
There it is, Farron Ring. So that makes your weapon skills cost less mana to use. Then we're gonna rest. Go get you guys one of my favorite weapons. And you might be thinking, well, if he's a Lord of Cinder, they're all dead. How are we gonna get our weapons? Well, he did leave Transposition Bowl for us. So going on down, this is my favorite boss spell. This is my favorite weapon in the game. It comes from the main boss. You have 2 options. That lightning bolt he was using, it's going to be the best one you can get your hands on. 40 faith requirement to hurl sunlight lightning spear. And then you also could get his sword. Did I overlook it? Yep, right here. So Firelink Greatsword. So 128 plus your physical and then built-in fire. So this is a quality weapon, right? Doesn't even get scaling in faith or intelligence, but since we are 1010, we can use this, and I like it a lot. So if you don't like the big colossal great swords, but you want something with fire, and that's really the other thing too, unless you just want to use a basic weapon and infuse it for fire, if you want something cool like that, you kind of got to go quality. Everything's just kind of bigger, but this thing is nasty, man. And you'd be surprised how high the damage is. Don't expect it to have the same damage as our colossal weapons. It's not. But it's just a solid greatsword. Just a solid regular greatsword. Super dope. It's very good with, a regular shield we were using. That's in-game build. Weapon art. Oh, big burst. Sends a whole trail of fire forward. So now going into New Game Plus, what you guys can do is put together a solid pyromancy build, right? You got 30 dex, 40 strength, and then you can just start leveling up your faith in it a bit to really get some dope ass spells going into New Game Plus or the DLCs. That's what I'm getting set up for, because that walkthrough still needs to be done. Now, like I said, there are a few loose ends. So Yuria is going to drop the Dark Rift, and then her set, which is actually dope if you're doing a female character. Maybe even a male could pull that off, the way her set is. Katana, Dark Rift. So this is Dex, which should be obvious. You're getting blood loss on it. It did something else. Dark Rift. Aim carefully and pierce with a large forward lunge. The unseen blade penetrates straight through shields, for nothing can defend from Dark Rift. So pretty dope. Especially if you're trying to do a dual wield build with katanas, forget about it. Now with leftover NPCs such as her, I'd keep her alive. You're going to the DLCs, guys, right? So you still have your really good sorcerers. All the other spells we've already acquired, so you don't have to worry about spells. And then you have, a pyromancer, and leave him alive.
Do not forget what is.
You know what? Well, we have the souls. I'm not going to max it, because we only have 4. But either way, once you've got the Farron Ring, you can go over here, talk to him.
But when they use, but I need so. Yes, we can bring this in back.
Hoorah!
Oh, if they would have. But this.
Actually, we may have to go rest. But yeah, that wraps up all NPC quests, you know, all of them in full. All boss remembrances. The only thing left is to farm your covenant. So, like we said before, anytime there's a covenant, just farm the elite enemies in that zone, the toughest enemies in that zone. They're going to drop covenant items. You need 10 covenant items for every covenant. Once you turn all these into every single covenant, you're going to get the spells and rings, right? So you get that knocked out. Then New Game Plus 1 has certain rings, New Game Plus 2 have certain rings. So just go through, be thorough, and that technically is your platinum. There are other trophies that we're missing, such as using every weapon infusion. Pretty easy one to get. Go pick one weapon, basic dagger, and infuse it with every single thing you got. That trophy's knocked out. We got the plus 10 weapon trophy, we got the flask trophy, we got the bonfire trophy, got all your boss trophies, got, you know, like most of them. We should only be missing 5, and one's the platinum itself, so, you know, we're only missing a few. All spells, all rings, all infusions, and then your endings. That's it. That is absolutely it at this point. Now, we'll go ahead and grab that last level so we could be at that 30 dex. Look at that. So that's perfect quality build right at the end. 30, 25, 25, 40, 30. Pretty much perfect quality build. Then we should be able to get more from him.
That is good one. There are 2 simple women who bring this in back. Oh, if they would up. But so
we might have to actually leave, and it may be because the ending. There should be one other invasion event with this gentleman right here.
Hi.
Let's try to rest. Now, like I said, it could be depending on which ending you get. All I know is with the regular ending, he's supposed to invade us somewhere. So let's jump out. And I don't really think it matters. Just go wherever. Alright, so we should be able to go to Andre, and he should be giving us a quest item.
oh, that he's checked.
Yeah, Hawkwood. So Hawkwood's Swordgrass. So with this left behind, it's pretty much an invitation to go see him at the Abyss Watchers. So Hawkwood, that guy, you know, that we just went over and got the ring from, well, he was part of the Abyss Watchers at one time. He left his duties there to go chase being a dragon. I mean, it's such deep lore, I get confused about it, but that's essentially it. He left his duties as one of the Abyss Watchers for his own means. So we need to actually go to Abyss Watchers. Now, besides farming your covenants, this is it, guys. I mean, as long as you traveled back to get Havel's armor, you know, all that stuff. Which we did, for anyone wondering. We've already done this. Oh shit, we do not want a weapon we do not have upgraded, guys. There he is.
This is unexpected.
So he's gonna heal like a million fucking times, just so you guys know. I feel like he's kind of cheating too. Wait a second, why are you fucking healing so much?
What makes you dragon?
Yeah, like I say, he's a bitch washer. Oh, what the fuck? You're not health. I don't know if you what happens when you die. Luckily, I never have. Apparently, it's the first time for everything. There is. So you're gonna get the Twinkling Dragon torso from this. I'm sorry, Twinkling Dragon headstone. I swore it was a torso, but maybe you can get the torso too. Either way, with that, we are wrapped up in full. So from this point, if you're trying to do the DLCs, you would go to Cleansing Chapel for the first. And you should do them in order. So I would obviously, you know, recommend completing the base game first, because even though you could access this early on, it's on the same level we are now, right? So you should go through the base game. Don't start New Game Plus, or you're gonna have to go through all this again. But, get your hands on every single weapon, plenty of upgrade mats, because we still have multiple weapons we can max out as we still have the resources. We've saved this for the DLC. So you could, respec with Rosaria, go into whatever build you want, max out those weapons, get the best armor and equipment, go buy, all the armor sets from Handmaiden, all the spells, and just get whatever build you want together, get super strong. Then you would talk to him to enter Ashes of Every Endel. Now, if you start New Game Plus, you will not be able to enter the Ring City. The Ring City can only be entered after the final boss in the game, or getting all the way through the DLC here, and then there will be a bonfire that sends you over there. So that would be your first DLC, and then, like I said, you can either complete that, take out the main boss. There's probably is the hardest fight in the entirety of Dark Souls 3 for sure, as I have no idea. Um, and then the other would be killing the first flame. And we did talk about this earlier on, but it would be right here, bringing you onto the Dreg Heap, which is the Ring City DLC. So with that, guys, we are fully wrapped up. As always, I hope you guys have enjoyed the walkthrough. Good luck on your hunt for the rest of your trophies, and we will see y'all back here shortly with our next series.